You put stickers on top of those?
Dude, stop! All right, man. You're gonna take the ride. Stop right now. Get on the ground. Stop running. Spread your feet out. Spread your legs out. Why are you running? Yeah, we got one detained. Why are you running, dude? Huh? Loosen up. Have anything on you?
No,
Where'd you put the Lego kit?
I don't have them.
What? You walked out with them, dude.
I don't have them.
Step over this way.
I don't.
Bring your
have
knees to your chest.
anything.
What'd
Bring
you
your
do
knees
with
to your chest.
I don't have anything.
Bring your knees to your chest. No,
Sit
on
up.
this side. Sit up. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, stand up. So why are you running if you didn't do anything wrong? If you didn't take anything?
She was trying to stop me.
So you walked out with the merchandise, so where'd you put it?
I didn't walk out with anything.
Hey, you did.
Hey, listen, you're going to make this a lot harder on yourself
I didn't
the more
walk
you
out
don't
with
cooperate,
anything.
okay?
I left it there at Walmart.
So if you didn't take anything, why are you running?
Because he told me that I was in trouble.
You got any idea on your anything?
And I didn't.
Spread your feet for me.
Yeah, I'm about your fair. You drop below.
Anything in your pocket's going to poke or stick
My
me?
phone.
Huh?
Just my phone.
Nothing in here going to poke or stick me or anything?
No.
You got an ID on you? Or a wallet?
Yeah.
Where's that on?
I didn't take any of the merchandise.
What's your name?
Either.
Steven what?
Mobley.
So this is you?
Yep.
I'll be en route for that check welfare, Meadow Drive.
He looked like he was carrying something when you saw him first time.
I saw him like back over here in this corner. I'll just cruise around that way. See if Soto's checking there right now, and then I'll head back over there.
I'll double check here, but I didn't see him when he cut across. I'm glad I went that way. Here's the wallet.
694.
So you're saying drop the merchandise?
You're gonna be at 2024.
But you bypass all points of sale with the merchandise. Why would they tell us that you still have the merchandise with you?
She's leaning to the head.
Okay.
I know the gray hoodie and shorts he left.
Hey, well, you're still going to jail. It's only going to make it harder for you if you don't tell us where the merchandise is.
694 clear.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out.
Barcode switching is not a gray area under Oklahoma law. It satisfies the fraud element of larceny of merchandise under Oklahoma Statutes, Title 21, Section 1706, the taking of retail goods by fraud or stealth with intent to permanently deprive. When a subject applies a fraudulent label to suppress the register price, they have already completed the fraud element before reaching checkout. The walkout is merely the deprivation element being executed. Both elements were documented here by loss prevention through direct observation and surveillance footage, establishing probable cause for arrest before officers made any physical contact with the subject. Flight on foot added a separate criminal count. Under Oklahoma Statutes Title 21, Section 268, resisting an executive officer requires only that a person knowingly and willfully delay or obstruct an officer in the discharge of official duties. Continued movement after an audible command to stop satisfies the willful element without any physical confrontation. The subject does not need to strike an officer. Running is enough. What the subject characterized as self-preservation is what the statute classifies as obstruction. The flight also independently justified the detention under the Fourth Amendment reasonable suspicion framework established in Terry v. Ohio 392 U.S. 1, 1968, requiring only articulable suspicion, a standard already cleared by the loss prevention report alone. Illinois v. Wardlow 528 U.S. 119, decided in 2000, added that unprovoked flight is an independently relevant factor in the suspicion calculus, meaning officers here had two converging bases for detention, either of which would have been sufficient standing alone. Ground control after the pursuit was evaluated under Graham v. Connor, 490 U.S. 386, 1989. That standard requires judging force from the perspective of a reasonable officer at the moment of the decision, not with the benefit of hindsight. At the point of ground contact, officers had an unidentified fleeing subject with unknown criminal history and unknown weapon status. Verbal commands, followed by minimal hands-on ground control, represent the lowest tier of the use of force continuum. No strikes, no weapons deployed, Graham is satisfied.
I'll bring him around and that way we can get him ID and everything. Did you get here in the vehicle or did you walk? Huh? Do what? Where do you live around here? Huh? Where do you live? Huh? Where do you live? Are you just not answering me now? Are you just going to continue to make this difficult? Steven? You're like, what, 34, 35? Stealing Legos and now you just not want to be honest? Five, 6, 2, 9, 7, ending the same. I'll get her out over the All right, 7 out for him. We'll walk back inside here.
Can you loosen it?
Hang on.
Real fight.
Huh?
Can you loosen it? There's no fight.
You have to wait a second. Take it right with me. Have a seat right here to your right. Right. So, where we can't find the merchant, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure he ditched it somewhere in the parking lot. He walked from GM all the way to the strip mall.
I can go walk the parking lot real quick and see.
Yeah, we got one guy out there right now. Where is it? Will you just be honest about that?
I dropped it somewhere.
Where?
I don't know. I dropped it.
So you're just going to continue making this difficult?
I'm not making it difficult. I dropped it.
Where in the parking lot?
I have no idea. I just dropped it. I'm not paying attention to where I dropped something.
You in the Walmart parking lot? Where were you? By Jack in the Box?
Over by Jack in the Box.
Towards those businesses or in the Jack in the Box?
Somewhere to where those businesses maybe.
Just in the street? In the parking lot?
Put it behind some bushes? Listen, you're making this really hard on yourself. This can go from you going to the Edmond City Jail and getting the bond down in a few hours, or I'm going to go through the process of just doing a state charge and taking you down to Oklahoma County. So the more that you want to cooperate, the easier it's going to be for you.
I just said I dropped it in the parking lot. I don't know where I dropped it.
Excuse me.
So stupid. This is... You're old enough. Like, why are you doing this?
Casey also deterred this gentleman about a year ago did the same thing. Finger switches and Legos. So he does a lot. I mean, this spot his first, I'm sure. I ain't cool with name. Look at my siblings. He's definitely done a lot. So.
Yeah, I've checked the surrounding buildings and the debris down and had any contact with the cycle set.
Okay, thank you.
He says he dropped it somewhere by Jack in the Box.
And 4, I had that with.
Where was the last? You had the camera whenever you last. So yeah, I was watching the top. You can see where he had.
695 Edmond, I'm 10-8.
You throw them in a bush, you put them under a car, you put them in a dumpster, you just literally just dropped them where you were at. Okay.
I'm gonna walk that real quick.
Oh, here it is. Hey, he dropped it. It's right here.
Go ahead.
Here it is.
Oh, nice.
Got flagged down, I think. Said there was possibly a road
Chip
rage
crew?
kind of deal. The good people, quote unquote, went westbound. The bad people, quote unquote, went northbound on Ryan. Unknown vehicle description of the bad people.
So just not say it out loud that that's my car.
Do what?
Just not say it out loud that that's my car. No.
Oh, no, you do. What are the chances?
I know, right?
You put stickers on top of those?
Here,
Oh, okay.
the memo book.
It's gonna be 156 what he paid total. Yeah, $1.66 total, but I can pull the receipt.
The confirmed retail value of the merchandise was $166.48. This placed the offense in the misdemeanor tier under Section 1706, up to 30 days in county jail, and a fine between $10 and $500 for a first offense. The felony threshold under Section 1704 requires merchandise value exceeding $1,000. The subject fell well short of that threshold, but barcode switching carries an evidentiary disadvantage that direct theft does not. It creates a documented paper trail. Every fraudulent transaction generates a receipt, a surveillance timestamp, and a register record that ties the subject to a specific item, a specific price, and a specific time of exit. The method is self-documenting. In addition to criminal exposure, Walmart issued a civil trespass notification, a lifetime ban at all locations nationwide. Under Oklahoma's trespass statutes, any subsequent entry constitutes a separate criminal offense under Title 21, Section 1377, with penalties independent of and cumulative to the underlying theft conviction. The case resolved with court costs of $1,160. No incarceration was recorded. This disposition is consistent with a first offense misdemeanor plea, which under Oklahoma sentencing practice typically results in fines, court costs, and probation rather than jail time, particularly where physical evidence was recovered and the defendant cooperated.
The one that he actually. Okay, yeah.
I mean, I can pull the content.
If you just put it.
Yeah, I'll let the paperwork. Is this something your case here? Yeah. Okay.
Are you guys trespassing?
Yeah, trespass for life. So he's gonna be trespass for life while Walmart says to the Murphys.
You hear that? You're trespassing from Walmart?
That's all Walmarts nationwide. If you go back in there, you'll be arrested for trespassing. In charge.
They call me on. Did you back those or not?
I'm
We'll
gonna
get some chip, that's all.
Yeah. You guys need anything else?
No, it should be it.
No.
Okay, I should look at the reference number.
I'll go out to the car.
Hmm?
I'll go out to the car and get it.
Okay, thank you. So what do you do for you guys? We're going to transport him.
Alright, set up for him.
We're going to go to the gym. It's what? Okay. What's on the right one? It's on here. Sit here. This thing. Not that. Better? Oh, yeah. Alright, sit up. You have anything illegal on you need to know about?
No.
You're misdemeanor out here. It's a felony if you're bringing us out of the jail. We'll give you a chance to
Declare it now. Anything? No.
Officers receive a B+. Tactically, the pursuit was coordinated, flanking routes cut off the subject's avenue of escape without requiring extended chase. Evidence recovery was systematic. Officers declined to accept the subject's initial denial, conducted a perimeter search, and located the merchandise in the area the subject eventually described. The deduction from a full A rests on a Miranda compliance gap. Miranda versus Arizona, 384 U.S. 436, decided in 1966, requires advisement of rights before custodial interrogation. By the 3-minute mark, the subject was physically detained, handcuffed, and being questioned about the location of stolen merchandise, the definition of custodial interrogation. The progressive statements about where the merchandise was dropped were elicited without Miranda advisement and were potentially suppressible. The case resolved through plea, so suppression was never litigated, but the procedural gap created a trial vulnerability that could have undermined the merchandise recovery evidence in a contested proceeding. The subject receives a C. The core issue is premeditation. Barcode switching is not impulse theft. It requires pre-acquisition of fraudulent labels, target selection inside the store, application without triggering surveillance alerts, and completion of a fraudulent transaction. Each step involves a deliberate decision point. That planning is the aggravating factor that separates this from opportunistic shoplifting, and it is visible on the surveillance record. The flight decision converted a potentially civil matter into a 2-count misdemeanor arrest, added court costs exceeding the retail value of the stolen merchandise by a factor of nearly 7, and generated a permanent trespass record at every Walmart nationwide. Partial credit for post-detention compliance and eventual cooperation on merchandise location, which materially assisted the case. The C stands. The planning and the flight together define this as a self-inflicted outcome at every stage. 3 takeaways. First, under Oklahoma law, the method of theft does not reduce criminal exposure. Barcode switching, price tag alteration, and direct concealment are all captured by the same statutory language in Section 1706. What changes is the evidence trail, and barcode switching produces the most complete evidence trail of any shoplifting method. Second, flight from a loss prevention stop does not reset criminal exposure. It confirms the intent element and adds an obstruction charge that in this case costs the subject more in court costs than the merchandise he failed to successfully steal. Third, Miranda compliance in field interrogations is not optional because a case resolves by plea. It is required because the case might not. A suppressed confession or a suppressed merchandise location statement can collapse a case that appeared airtight on Bodycam. Field advisement is the only protection against that outcome. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on police court interactions.